Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where today we are going to take advantage of our foothold of these foolish Bretonians allowed us to get on in their terrible, horrible desert and turn it into a terrible, horrible desert full of zombies and vampires and shit. That'll show them. The first step toward doing that is probably checking the raised dead pool over here because it might have some cool stuff in it. Okay, we can pull some depth guard, so some proper heavy infantry. A couple units of sirens, that's neat. Is there anything like really fun? Ooh, Morngulls. So Len is a particularly large and ornery Morngull, but you can get a unit of smaller ones that are very good at sneaking around the battlefield and then surprising infantry units from behind. 28 charge bonus with a 20-point bonus versus infantry, making their attack 56, and their damage is very heavily armor piercing. Like they're really good punch somebody in the back units. They don't move all that fast, I suppose. Do I want to disrupt the shape of this army? Ooh, there's 2 units of deck gunners. Yes, for deck gunners, I will disrupt the shape of this army. The question is, what do we want to drop? There's probably just 2 units of the Sartosan militia, right? They're not terrible, but they're certainly not deck gunners.
Sartosa's most infamous.
Sadly, these friends are coming in without any experience levels, but you know we'll get there. We have considerable training skill. The ogres have already hit gold ranks because they're doing fantastic work. Really A+ stuff. And honestly, like, these deck droppers are not amazing units. We don't need them. Maybe we would be best off dropping them for some proper melee. Yeah, these are just the pistol deck droppers. Like, the ones with the rifles, at least, can do some real damage. I think I am going to drop these as well. So we could absolutely just pull some of the ones with the rifles or the ones with the bombs. It is fun to have a biological bombing unit. Range 150, missile strength 34, which compares pretty favorably actually with the normal zombie gunnery mobs, and you have the obviously the huge amount of speed to go along with that. But we could instead pull in like the depth guard or the 2 units of sirens or something. Depth guard are kind of interesting. Like they're pretty heavily armored. They're very aggressive fighters. But they don't actually have very much HP, and the number of them in the unit is pretty small for the kind of elite infantry they are, and they rely very heavily on the combination of Frenzy, which makes their already impressive stats even better, and the Hunger, which is a kind of regeneration that only works when you're in melee but doesn't also give you a weakness to fire damage, so it's a little bit of a trade-off there. But the idea is you just get in close and stay on top of the enemy and regen through the battle. The problem is if you're ever caught in a position where you can't be meleeing and you're not regenning, you bleed out real fast to like ranged fire or anything like that. So I'm not terribly impressed with them. I would actually rather have the Skaven heavy infantry once we've built up enough allegiance value. So maybe we do just take yeah, I'm just going to trade out those bats for these bats. We'll see if that turns out to be a good play or not. All right, you're not actually at war with me yet. We're going to take advantage of that opportunity to just head down and keep working over this stuff. So we don't know exactly where their armies are, but we know they're not close. I guess we should grab Kofor for the sake of completing the region, at the very least. We probably, as much as I would like to grab another trade material, we probably need to start with defenses here. Because if we don't leave some defenses in place the moment we leave, the Khemri are going to just steal this right off of us.
Fear the pirate queen. Ready
So yeah,
swordfish.
let's go claim this. They have a 12-unit garrison and no walls. Should be basically free. Yeah, decisive victory, low casualties.
To battle.
I don't know how they figure we lost a bunch of deck gunners. The deck gunners would never be anywhere near the fighting. And I think we just want to take it.
Then hold it.
We definitely could start putting together a second army, and maybe that is exactly what we should be doing. Let's promote growth here as well. I don't think I'm going to do anything with Pyrus. Okay, so this exists already. We're just going to get a better version of it. Yeah, I don't think we need to upgrade Pyrus's building at all. Can you get rid of this damned extra hero? It would be really cool if we didn't have her running around reporting our position to our enemies all the time. Okay, great news. So when you assassinate an enemy hero, on a normal success, you merely, wound them, take them off the map for 5 turns. If you roll a critical success, an assassinate action will actually permanently kill an opposing character. So if we were going to start putting together our second army, we probably would do it here to take advantage of the buildings.
Praise Manon.
If we do it near Aranessa, I believe this dotted line around her, I believe allows armies within the area of it to recruit units. But the thing about that is I don't know that she's going to be on the move, right? And I don't know how that will interact. So let's grab, what's his name? Pete Wakefield, the fellow that we already started training up.
Admiral of the fleet.
And put ourselves together a new crew. We don't need to pull from Raised Dead right away. We are on 26 allegiance. So we could start recruiting Skaven. I have access to a lot of stuff here. Some of this, I don't even know what it is. Brood Horrors. Yeah, there's some units here I've never used. Things that did not exist last time I played Skaven. Well, I think I want Halberd Storm Vermin. So we're getting +2 per turn. Yeah, we'll take 1 unit of these guys right now and then another one as soon as we can. And also some basic stuff. Pirates Current. This is supposed to say Startosa, by the way. So we have the ability to hire on gunnery mobs on the back of Rotting Prometheans. I believe these are hand cannon mobs based on their range and missile strength. You can see this unit's not super fast at only 45 speed. It has a pretty low charge bonus. So it's versatile, but it's not really useful as cavalry necessarily. It's like a fast shooting. It's like a heavily armored shooting infantry unit more than anything. It's not really useful to think of them as cavalry. We'll grab some of these as well, and then we will... Yeah, we're not going to be able to run recruitment on everything right away. Well, that's a shame. Troops is expensive, you know?
Fleet captain reporting.
Maybe we can find ourselves some treasure. Yeah, what, it's 6 turns before I can establish a cove? Let's go dig for some treasure. Oh, that's the exotic goods hauler. That's a treasure. Is it a great treasure? It is a great treasure. Okay, yeah, we'll send her down there and then we'll come back to Eataine. We may need the money sooner than later. Sooner rather than. Okay. So we know that all of their armies were at the Wizard Caliph's palace last turn, or maybe it's the turn before by now. My point is, we should have a little bit of time. So we have that building up in Pyrus, spreading vampiric corruption to all of the adjacent provinces. You can see, I love like how hard-edged the areas of corruption are down here. Like when it zooms back over to the desert, you can actually see like the staircasing around the edge of the province. There's all kinds of stuff going on up north. A lot of raised dead battlegrounds being created, which I appreciate. If we ever actually have to come over here, those will be really useful. And someday, perhaps, we should challenge Mad Mulletson. The ferocious foreman of your logging operation has been applying the whip with unseemly zeal. Workers are vacating the camps en masse, and timber production is dwindling. Ugh. All right.
We're shipshape.
Building construction costs up for a minute. It's not a big deal. So Martek is part of a province that runs all the way up the middle here. Lashiek belongs to this group of things on the west. And then this settlement, the Great Desert, is a province unto itself with a secluded oasis buried inside, making all of our armies everywhere in the world immune to deserts and sandstorms. That's pretty fun. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and grab Martek.
Bloody your cutlasses!
And you, Len, are going to scout down the side of the continent.
We fight!
And I think I am just going to take all this stuff. There's so many trade goods in these mountains. So yeah, you're going to run down here, see if you can get vision of them coming up the coast, if they indeed do that. They might potentially go to the water, just try to sail up the coast. We're going to finish getting combing and preservative. This is all money that will help the second army become a real boy.
Ahoy!
Do we want to pull in some man-eaters? I think so. I think it's still reasonable to have. I might even go kind of heavy on these. Make this army a little bit more melee. I mean, they still have a 140 range gun. It's not like they're exclusively melee units. And in 2 turns, we'll be able to pull another one of those. So you need to sail like, yeah, this will work.
Course plotted.
It'll be interesting to see what's going on over here anyway. So there will be, gosh, where's Hexawaddle? Hexawaddle doesn't actually sit on the coast though, does it? All right, what do we want to do with the next skill point on our Gunnery White? Lucky Charm increases missile resistance. You know what? Let's build up the personal combat skill bar, because this is going to give you a better version of the basic bomb throw. And also just like a lot of meaningful skills on the way, right? Missile strength up, range up. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff running down there. We're probably going to want to build proper defenses in like all of the buildings along the coast, just so we don't get lizard men sailing across the ocean just to pick on me. I feel like that declaration of war was perhaps a tiny bit unnecessary. But every once in a while, you will see the AI do a thing like that, where a player on the other side of the world declares war on you and then actually does sail over to pick on you. Like I said, defenses. We're not going to be bullied from the sea. Not even by a bunch of, frog people. I don't know why I think frog people would be particularly good at it. They're amphibious. I don't know. And Mad Mulletson just impotently sails back and forth. Okay, the exotic goods hauler is actually moving around. Oh, I forgot that we were doing that. Well, shoot.
No prey, no pay.
These are missile infantry, not... I don't know if these would get the bonus, honestly. Alright, so we're definitely going to... Oh, yeah, they totally would. Oh, shoot. Should I just... You know what? I'm going to burn the turn. We're going to hire these guys in at a higher rank. Alright, and then we're also going to pull some gunnery mobs. Yeah. I think that makes sense. We're going to want some cannons and stuff, too. Well, some mortars, at least. Maybe cannons. So, mortars have the larger explosion area, and they're definitely better against massed infantry. Cannons are more effective when you're trying to shoot down, like, large targets, a dinosaur, something like that. But I feel like we probably already have targets like that covered, because you can just focus a lot of range damage on them. So let's pull in 2 units of mortars, and then do I want to be grabbing anything else through this pool? Ooh, we can get deck gunners. Yeah. Give me a unit of deck gunners. Do I want 1 unit of deck gunners? Maybe we just add a... Yeah, we'll just add a gunnery mob on through this process. This army is going to probably play a little bit closer than the other one. But the mortars are always a good idea. I don't think we want to build a new building with you. We just want to keep moving on, right?
Good. The Sea Father calls.
Wow. Damn near lost those man-eaters somehow. God, these settlements don't have anything of value in them.
I claim it for the Sea Father.
Okay, so the gemstone building, remarkably, does not actually give you very much money. Yeah, it's kind of shocking how bad that is. I guess let's generate some money. Yeah. Ready to have a growth building.
Lead Captain, reporting.
Do you want to... Where am I making landfall? Oh, this is a beach. We probably want to be sailing generally in this direction.
Voyaging.
Okay. So there's Rapunzel. What kind of... Her army's in pretty good shape, actually. Also, she moves fucking fast.
Sartosa's most infamous.
I didn't realize we'd put ourselves in her movement
I
range.
cannot.
She has a lot of horses. Okay, this actually might be kind of bad. Yeah, I did not mean to put myself in her movement range. Shoot. Alright, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Hopefully she will feel like it is unsafe to attack us. We do, in theory, have a garrison as well. Because it is a freshly conquered garrison, the units in it will be very low health and they'll heal up over time. But maybe she doesn't know that. Maybe she just sees 9 and thinks, oh gosh, that's bad math. I'm actually really nervous now for her turn. Alright, lots of everybody fighting everybody up here. Okay, she did not ride on us. She thinks we have the advantage. Clear skies. Your forces are benefiting from a protracted period of good weather. Rations are plentiful, and there's a spring in the troops' stride. Okay, cool. Leadership up for everybody. That's probably good, because I think we're going to suffer some horrifying losses in the near future. So yeah, almost all of the luxury goods seem to do the same thing for the pirates, which is a little bit of a shame. I like it when they have more of a variety of effects.
I must keep my holy vow. No.
So you're headed to Kofar for sure. Which probably means Kofar needs to be upgraded. Ugh, that's all of our money for the turn, though.
Yes?
Okay. Was there anything I wanted to grab from the raised dead pool? Oh, hold on. I want to grab you. This has to represent the turn that we're leaving. We gotta get to what's going on in the world. So, am I pulling stuff from raised dead? We could snatch a couple of rifle units at the end here. So I have 4 rifle units recruited right now. I think we have plenty of melee and melee type units. Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I think guns are really all we need. So maybe just put 3 more gunnery mobs in the pool. Okay. And then we can try to get a special unit of some type from somewhere. You know what? Let me bring on another Promethean gunnery mob. Next turn, a bunch of these slots will open up and we can fill that last space with a rifle unit. But if we were going to recruit another Promethean mob, we want to start it this turn. Okay, so we should have this army should have a lot of ability to flank, which is really pretty valuable. And we got to figure out what we want to do over here.
Ready the swordfish.
Given how... I know I just built this, but I'm thinking about demolishing it. I'm thinking I made a mistake. Maybe this should have been a defensive structure. What does the garrison of this city look like right now? Mostly terrible garbage units. We could attempt like a little stealth in the mountain pass and see if we can get them to run out after us. We could try to remove some of the special characters from her army. Her legendary paladin here is very tough to kill, but this might work. All right, it was worth a shot.
The Queen of Tides.
If we were to just take cover right out here, 50-50 on the ambush. And I don't love that our man-eaters are still so injured.
Fear the pirate queen.
I think I am going to do that. I'm gonna commit there. That was an error. Does the iron building do the same thing that all of the other trade buildings do? Yeah. So the resource production there just increases the value of your trade agreements with other players. The more luxury resources you have, the more gold you're getting. And that other stuff's just kind of not very exciting, honestly. So, yeah.
Brine for blood.
The numbers are still really bad for them. It's a little scary, though. Even if we were to ambush them, it's so hard to deal with this number of highly trained cavalry units. Like, the idea with the ambush is you set your units up so that you get to unleash a volley of fire immediately as the battle starts. But even doing that, like, we're not going to take down enough of these horses. This is really tough. I want to get that other faction in here.
Yes, the winds blow true.
All right. I think I'm going to try it. We're going to basically just hope.
Alice assault spite.
So we don't want to go very far. We want to be fully within the city's reinforcement range.
Get moving. They'll take the bait.
Pretty good odds she just sees right through that. Who has skill points? Oh, our fleet captain does. Minus action cost, but hold on. Not for the thing you were thinking. Well, alright. If she's gonna not improve that, then what do we want to do with her? Honestly, we might want to improve her combat stats. I don't see using her as a map action hero, but at some point she might become a fighter. So for the moment, we'll just teach her magic, and we're not going to worry too much about exactly what it is that we are teaching her. I think it's better to get on land at this point. I don't know. I'm pretty fast on the water, actually.
Wave treading.
Okay, these two don't like each other, but they're not actually at war. Is there anything in particular that I want to do here? I probably want to save gold
Blood kiss.
for the most part. We have some other stuff we're gonna want to do soon. All right, let's see if Riponce falls for the ambush, and if so, whether that's even a good idea. There's definitely a chance that she sees through the ambush and just ignores us.
Fair winds and
Also,
fair
I guess there's a
tides.
fair chance that she
Thanks to
ignores us anyway. They would pay me 1,300 gold to join a war that I really just have no interest in being in. I mean, I might ride north and help them with their Bretonnian problem, but not until after I've dealt with my Bretonnian problem. Please don't let me just get Aranes's army killed again. This would be very embarrassing. The good news is the auto-resolver loves ambushes. Oh, she rode into the ambush, and for some reason, your army was spotted by the enemy before it could spring its ambush. Okay, without the ambush, I don't actually want to do this.
back to the sea.
I decline. I flee. Back to the sea with us. Yeah.
Avast and draw your blades.
I needed to build a defensive building first. She's just very scary. I am not good at dealing with the composition of her army. Okay, range up for our relevant shooty units. That's pretty good. And then I think we want to go for armor piercing damage up from those same units. Yeah.
The tides.
Even being driven off gives us some XP. I probably want to take... Yeah, this thing gives both range and a meaningful amount of damage per point. Seems like the winner, right? Okay, we only have to spend 4 points in that box before we can grab Pyromaniac, which is a high priority. Martech, we're probably not going to be able to do much with.
Where to?
Do we... What do we want? What do we want for this last spot? I was thinking it would just be a rifle. Is that still the plan? Yeah, probably. Alright, so next turn, this is a full-sized army, and we are riding south with our weird little
Fear
force.
the pirate queen.
Let me do the easier stuff. You probably want to be spreading corruption. What does hinder replenishment? Okay, it lowers the replenishment even further. I think I'm going to take the upgrade on spread corruption for the moment. Just make it like as unpleasant as possible for her armies to be in these areas. Let's try once more to remove a hero from that army. Be very convenient. Len, I'm going to need you to step it up there, buddy.
Sarkassa's most infamous.
All right, I might just fall back. Because, like, the thing, we're trying to buy time for Pete to show up, right? So that we can come at her with exceedingly unfair numbers, because I feel like that's how we're going to do this, if we're going to do it.
I got your bearing. I hate the heat.
All right, try your best to be a little sneaky. And at this point, I think upgrading Kofor is a move.
Me water.
Ugh, God, we need bodies. We just need bodies over here.
Astride the waves.
All right. Just south of Spectazuma, it seems. I have 800 something gold. Yeah, we probably don't try to start building any new buildings. I was talking about the second army as a thing that you use to, like, defend your home territories while you're out expanding, or maybe give you access to a second area. You could be conducting battles in two theaters, but sometimes this is all you can do. Just pile all of your troops into one wagon and slowly roll it around the land of the most powerful player you can find. This is bad news. Strength rank 5 player declaring war on us. We are not well liked in this area. So Grom the Paunch seems to be doing well. Just sort of riding around and bullying the Bretonnians. So, Pete is going to need at least... Yeah, we are intentionally just folding on that one. Ugh, and she's got her second army following shortly behind. We really need her to fall into something here. I don't think she goes for Alhaik next. She probably goes for the stuff on the west edge. I don't care about having discovered Morgro the Shadowgrave.
Serve for eternity.
That dude is over there for a reason. We are not going to interrupt him. All right, so this wizard is this hero, this lord, is a caster, and I think we are going to prioritize learning new spells. So casters have an additional line, the skills in which appear in, like, the color that is assigned to your school of magic. And you can learn all kinds of new spells, like the ability to summon in more routing Prometheans to the battlefield, or the ability to dramatically boost the accuracy of your ranged units. And then every wizard has a skill in this position that is a passive ability of some kind that triggers every time they cast a spell. This one is just a small amount of damage to every unit on the table, every body on the table. It's fine. There are a lot of casting passives that are much more impressive. However, some of our high level spells are really, really cool. So let's focus on wizard stuff at first. Plus, if you complete the wizard line, you get this very useful skill that is just constantly generating extra mana for you.
This is drying me out.
March, you dead curs!
Actually, can you get close enough to activate this?
Drooping.
And the node itself appears to be out of range. Yeah, okay.
Next time.
Well,
Full speed ahead.
for now, never mind it.
Navigating.
Oh, interesting. I did not think they were going to let us pick that up. They usually don't let you grab stuff in when you're in full sail mode. While your crew search a wreck, the deck heaves and water bursts through the rotting hole. What is left of the ship begins to sink, taking the cargo with it. Your crew only have time to salvage a few crates before the ocean claims it. But what should they save? Some castle forged steel. I think we're going to be doing quite a lot of battling in the near future.
The temperature's rising.
Okay, weapon strength and armor up for 10 turns. Pretty cool. Also, some money.
I hate the heat.
Alright, yeah, so Alhaik has a lot of bodies, if not necessarily the greatest bodies. If she runs straight for it, she's going to be in a lot of trouble. Alright, let's try this one more time. Third coin flip in a row. And there I go, losing it.
Now we're talking.
Whether or not she'll see Aranessa before the ambush is another coin flip, and let's just say I'm not feeling terribly lucky.
This is drying me out.
Probably don't need this, and I do want to build... Yeah, we already have one. We don't need to. I guess let's pursue this upgrade. It's pretty marginal.
Pistols ready.
Alright, looks like we have to dig just south of the city.
Thin out the cattle.
Okay, this was close enough. 5,000 in the treasury, a scroll of leeching. Leeching winds of magic. Leeching magic, not health, which is a shame. And then
Darkness comes.
realizing, do we have Pete equipped? Okay, Pete can definitely take his executioner's axe. We don't have a lot of stuff for the other slots. I guess you would want to take this because it well, I was going to say you'd want to take this because you can benefit from stealing winds of magic from the opponent, but this doesn't actually do that. It just lowers their winds of magic. That's less exciting. All right, you can take on your own ship's necromancer. I don't think we're going to be cutting anything from Aranessa's army, so you just kind of get the scraps. Sorry about that. All right, if she falls into the ambush, I think it'll be okay just because of the raw number of bodies we can throw at the problem. And if she doesn't ride forward real hard, then we have two armies to press her with. Notice we are now only plus 573 on income per turn, because it turns out army upkeep gets very expensive when you have like full-size forces. All right, let's see what happens. If she doesn't eat the ambush here, we'll probably never try the ambush thing against her again. It's just raw numbers from that point on. Which is a strategy I'm not opposed to. You know, we're supposed to be good at quickly fabricating armies out of nothing with Raised Dead. And, like, it's true enough in theory. Sometimes gold makes it a little trickier in reality. I am in a great deal of suspense here. She's starting far enough away from us that I think she shouldn't have the ability to see through the ambush right away. I guess she did anyway. The game's calling this a Pyrrhic victory, but... Oh, I see. The garrison's going to take the brunt of it. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. This feels a little cheap to do it this way. I'm not sure that I think, Aaron, that I could win this battle with my hands. But if they're going to give it to us on the auto-resolver, I'm going to take it. So yeah, all of our units took a bad beating. Almost nothing from the garrison survived. We got a little the dead rise again. On some of them at least. 2,000 gold, a potion of speed, which seems pretty great for Aranessa, actually. And really kind of unimpressive rewards after that. I guess we'll ransom captives.
I have had my fill.
Gold is definitely valuable in this moment where we are having a really hard time getting our upkeep or getting our incomes back up. All right, we got to strike now while the iron is pretty hot here. This is going to be very helpful to have two armies for this push, so that we can have one army take a city and the other army just run straight through like that. We killed the Green Knight, sort of, except he'll be back. We also did kill a lot of characters. End of an errand. Bretonia's blessed cleanser has herself been defeated by the ravening undead hordes which dare infest the Badlands. So double experience gain for units when fighting Bretonia. And yeah, some very small bonuses. Also, getting better at taking lots of damage during battles. That's something. And we found a treasure map, the Riddle of Kernus. To find this treasure, you must wander under the eyes of watchers that guard the ways. Kernus is one of the elf gods. Kernus is god of the hunt, maybe?
Crew, to me! For Sartosa!
Alright, a lot of dead. Lots and lots of skill point build up here. I think we're going to grab the first 2 levels of Lightning Strike. So for 2 levels, all Lightning Strike does is make it so that your army shows up to battles as a reinforcement more quickly. Once you have the 3rd level, however, you can perform Lightning Strike battles, which disable recruitment or disable reinforcement on both sides. It's just your one army against the one army you managed to catch up with. This can be super, super valuable for breaking apart large forces, especially if the army you're giving it to is made up of relatively elite troops, like ours is. So we're going to go ahead and grab this, not for the 2 points that we did take, but for the one that we're about to. And you just keep getting gun sight.
The Queen of Tides!
So we definitely want to chase. Can you crash her replenishment? Probably not, actually. Okay, we finally got a wound on that hero at the point where it probably no longer matters. And she rode away as fast as she could go, but I think we might still be able to reach her. Notice there's no red in the arrow. It's all the color of a single turn movement. She would get the garrison and this guy as reinforcements. But they're going to be coming in as reinforcements, which is to say behind. Let's ride you in.
Heave ho!
We don't necessarily have to chase her that hard, though.
Get me water!
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to. Oh, interesting. She'll show up as reinforcements if we attack Martek. Well, I'm going to have Pete march just a little bit. Get right up to the edge of this so that we can take reinforcements on this battle as well. All right, a decisive victory.
Crew, to war! Sack it, then hold it!
All right, we need to take this over and sit inside of it for the ooh, the Sartosan map rights following Charlie the Drowned now. That's handy. The Pigeon Plucker Pendant gives, as you might imagine from the name, a debuff to nearby flying units. You know, it allows you to pluck the pigeons out of the sky or whatever.
Very well.
Alright, y'all just stay close. Defend each other where you can. This is for sure getting better defenses. Fyrus probably ought to get defenses as well. And as soon as Kofer's upgraded, that's going to happen here as well.
See, father!
We do have a moment here to
Ready to swordfish!
improve buildings and also heal up. You probably want the last point of gun sight. Yeah, plus 40% armor piercing damage. That's a good skill.
Ours is the sea.
Okay, Aranessa, we can level up your gun
Isn't
ports.
the god's victory. It's mine.
This does gain the, it does affect the infamy gain. Yeah, I think that's worth grabbing. And then, like, what else? What else would we take here? We have all of our green buildings. We have our purple buildings. We can, of course, build the monster structures. Yeah, I kind of like this. I'm not so wild about the stuff on the first level here, but being able to summon in the Mourngulls is interesting. And then eventually, yeah, let's build the thing that makes the scariest monsters. Is there another thing that we want here? I don't actually think so. I don't know. I'm fine with waiting on it. In any case, you can probably just create a money-making building now that I think about it. And let's see if they try to kick me out of Martech. It would seem inadvisable. Especially since Rapunzel did show up as reinforcements to the Martech battle, and we absolutely annihilated her. I'm not sure if the AI ever chooses not to enter a reinforcement battle. Because in theory, there's a checkbox. At least when you get in that situation as a player. There's a little checkbox that is like, send my army to help or don't. And now that I've said that, I'm immediately like, wait a second. Is there? Am I misremembering? Because I do that. So my memory is not spectacular. I mean, they've got to fall back in the face of this incredible pressure. We might even want to split the two armies up so that we can prevent the troops at Lashiek from mustering too much. A rival band of pirates have requested access to some of our coves and are willing to pay for it. Should we allow them to shelter in our territory or kill them and liberate the loot they're currently carrying? So they'll give us a 15 turn bonus to the income from our smugglers' coves, or 3,000 money straight up. I'm going to take the 3,000 money. We don't have that many coves up yet.
Plunder!
All right. Feeling pretty ready to push on here.
My bowels wane.
And I guess there's no reason not to just go grab this again.
To battle!
Place is probably looking a little bit worse for the wear, changing hands over and over again like that. Yeah, it's just an empty structure now. Let's upgrade this. Let's get a tree and noose handy. And then this is the slot we'll build the defenses in.
I thirst.
Why would it assume I'm trying to talk to Aranessa and not Pete? So the garrison here is 12 units. I think we do want to pressure them, like, basically as much as possible.
Forward.
Maybe that's just residual. Oh, right. Sorry. Every time a hero assassinates somebody successfully, they get this exhaustion debuff. So it's not actually worth doing any hero actions for a turn or two here. Might be worth it just to range ahead, though. Go get me more information. Not that I'm expecting them to be doing much down here.
Salt water!
Do we want to build anything? Probably not. Yeah. I think we're good. I'm a little worried about Pete. We don't know exactly where they are in their recruitment journey. It could be that a lot of new units are going to pop up for them at the start of this turn. A lot of deeply terrifying new units. It is actually pretty hard to know, is the thing. That's annoying. Must you ride over and make my life difficult? We can probably make it back to Alhaik with Aranessa at the very least. Try to drive off the Khemri dude. Alright. Come on, all of you. Get your nonsense out of the way. You're unimportant garbage. Okay. I figured there'd be some fleeing from Lashiek. Ugh. And the damn Tomb Kings are bringing in more and more. We're probably gonna have to turn Aranessa around to play defense around Alhaik. Oh, the Dreadfeet was obliterated. Somebody saved me some trouble. And I think actually this is where I'm going to call it. We're at a sort of a perilous moment here, and if I've learned anything from old episodes of Johnny Quest, that's exactly when you want to put in the break. So, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you return next time, we are hopefully going to find a way to survive this storm of terrifying skeleton men. And then, also not get distracted. Maybe also finish off the Bretonnians. It seems like a lot to focus on right now. Will I get it right? I don't know. I guess you're going to have to come back next time, and we'll see you then.